Accelerated Math, Module 12.2, Power Rules for Exponents. This is called the Power Rule for Exponents. All right. So basically, all right, what is so-called the power rule goes like this. For any real number a to the n power, if I see there's another exponent on the outside the parenthesis, this is what I call the outer exponents. Okay. So if I have an outer exponent up here, the rule says we will multiply the exponents. Okay, we will multiply the exponent. So a couple of things we got to understand here. First thing first, to know it's time to multiply the exponent, you got to have a parenthesis first with an outer exponent on the outside. Second thing you got to notice, there can only be one term inside the parenthesis. Okay, so that means if you see a plus b, right, whole thing to the second power, then this is never ever gonna be a squared plus b squared, because what I just tried to do is apply my power rule. All right, I see a parenthesis, I see an exponent outside, so we should multiply the exponent. The answer is no in this case, because inside the parenthesis there's a plus sign, which means I got two terms in the parenthesis. So the exponent rule we are introducing here only applies if I only have one term in the parenthesis. All right. So why do we multiply? Here's a reason why. I'm going to do a quick, easy one. Okay. If I got 2 to the third power, then whole thing to the second power. If we keep our eyes on this outer exponent, if that's the exponent I'm looking at, then my base is whatever is inside the parenthesis, which is 2 to the third. 2 to the third is actually the base. So my 2 to the third base is going to time itself 2 times. So that's 2 to the third times 2 to the third. So now what you see is when the base are the same and the base are multiplying, what do you do with the exponent? You add them. So that would be 2 to the what? 3 plus 3. Which that's why it's 6. So rather than add them, we can quickly just say multiply the exponents. Okay? That's why we multiply the exponent. Because 3 times 2 is 6. Basically what you're doing is you have 3 times, you got exponent 3, another exponent 3, so you're supposed to add them. So rather than adding them, multiply is a lot quicker. All right, so I think these two problems is exactly the same one as the one from 12.1 that I skipped. All right, so here, for example, I see a parenthesis, exponent on the outside, only one term in the inside. So now I can apply my power rule. Okay, power rule means multiply the exponent. So we would just say 3 times 4. That will give me my base y to the 12th power. Okay. All right. Same thing here. Parenthesis, alter exponent -2. So one term in the parenthesis. So we will multiply the exponent. So 2 times -2 is going to be y to the -4. So since my base y has a negative exponent, so that means now we will flip it to the other side of the fraction. Right now it's on the top over 1. Flip it to the bottom, that becomes y to the positive 4 power. So what's left on top? Just a 1 on top. Okay? All right. So whenever you see a negative exponent, you always got to flip it to the other side. Okay? Always got to flip it to the other side. All right. So power rule means we will multiply. Okay? So remember now, to know it's time to multiply the exponent, you got to see a parenthesis with an exponent outside and make sure there's only one term in the inside. If you got multiple term insides, okay, you cannot apply the power rule. It does not even, it does not even make any sense. All right, so that will conclude this lecture video on the power rule. All right, there are 3 power rules. This is the first version of it. In the next video, we will introduce the next version. All right, thank you for watching.